All right, so you guys wanted me to start off with J God's video. So after the season 2 update, he put out a video titled Warzone. It might actually be over. And I don't know what he's going to go into here. I don't know whether he's going to dive in to some of the tweets that maybe came out yesterday, but I'm curious to hear what he has to say. So let's dive into it.
Over. I put in. I think it might be Jover. I put in 12 hours today. Primarily, most of my time is spent on the zombies Easter egg,
okay,
which I think is overtuned. But we're gonna go through how bad of an update this was.
Overtuned?
Obviously, there was a lot of promises in a blog. And the whole thing was about transparency and trust. And then we got some patch notes yesterday that said, hey, we're going to deliver on these things. Here's 61 bugs that are supposed to be fixed. But that didn't end up being the case. If you guys played the game today, you know that about 90% of the problems are either still there or there's new ones, problems that exist. They already ran out of time. I think this was one of those stepping stones. Could they come out next week and make a perfect update? Cool. I hope they do. But I don't think
it ain't gonna happen.
That's going to happen. I think whatever they were planning to do, they didn't do. And that's just...
Since I was doing zombies today, I missed a lot of the Warzone stuff. What's still broken or didn't get fixed supposed to? Any clips? Okay, so yeah,
there's no way you can have trust for that. It was already gone. It was diminished. It was paper thin. The straw that broke the camel's back. Anyone who had hopes for the game, those are basically gone. I'm normally an optimistic person. I've been a little bit more pessimistic and kind of just letting it ride, and hopefully things will fix out. But this is pretty bad. I basically asked, I was doing the zombies today, missed a lot of Warzone stuff. What's still broken? And we got tabs here. So right here, it says by location change didn't go through.
They did acknowledge that. They did acknowledge
it. It'll probably get fixed. Mountaineer isn't working properly, and this is either when you equip it or with specialist. And if you manage to equip it, you'll get like 3 random perks. Cheaters were in the first game, which obviously we know Ricochet is going to come out at a 2.5 and 3. So this update wasn't supposed to be all that. A lot of people are...
So there was supposed to be Ricochet changes. There was. But it's not like they're big kernel level Ricochet changes. If you guys haven't seen this, Charlie Intel tweeted out earlier today. I want to show you guys this because like this just shows you how bad the cheating actually is. Check this out. This is Warzone. This is freaking Warzone. Dude has a goddamn ice staff. Can see through walls. Like, it has a red arrow when someone's it's wild. It's absolutely wild at this point. Anyway.
Being shadowed, which that has happened. Again, that's part of the anti-cheat. XM4 is still the meta. I think some people are using the C9 and the Jackal, but it is unacceptable for us to go through an entire season, a few different patches, expectations that this gun's going to get nerfed. I called it yesterday when we did a few hours polls check talking.
By the way, this is not new. Like, if you've played Warzone before, I'm actually going to switch my camera real quick. If you've played Warzone before, you know that when they put in there's a reason why they don't just nerf weapons into the ground. And it's because in a free-to-play game, they feel as though people will spend their time leveling up that weapon. They get attached to that weapon. And if they nerf it like crazy, players are going to drop off because of it. So they don't nerf it like crazy and everyone's still using the same thing. It's been like this since Verdansk, like beginning, where we waited forever for nerfs. And sometimes it happened like DMR or whatever, but this is consistent that this happens. Very, very, very consistent. This is nothing new. And another thing that's not new is why won't my video load?
About some of the changes that are happening and that the XM4 will still be hard meta. I think some of these new weapons, people still got to fill them out, level, all that type of stuff. But regardless,
ground meta, great example of that.
Inconceivable that the XM4 and the Jackal are still meta. I think C9 is still in there because Jackal did get a slight nerf. And even though I haven't tested them yet, regardless, even the XM4 and the Jackal still being the meta proves kind of that the current guns aren't particularly good.
Yeah, I felt the same way in multiplayer. I haven't used the PPSH yet, but the AR and the LMG is decent. But the AR is nothing special. Like,
because more than likely what happens when you drop new guns in the battle pass, people will try them out and they'll farm views saying, hey, it's broken, it's overpowered. That's usually if it's semi good. But that's not really happening. I'm sure there's still those videos out there, but this isn't that case. Also, one of the biggest features of ranked was that if you played on a console, you could actually restrict crossplay. Apparently, if you do this, it's not working properly, and you can still end up in lobbies with PC players on Xbox Game Pass. So multiple.
Okay, can somebody explain this to me? Is the console crossplay thing limiter, is it, I was playing, oh, I was going to say, is it only ranked? But he was saying I was playing ranked in console crossplay lobbies with PC players. And it's not even funny since it's ranked and it's still full of cheaters.
Domino issues
I
here.
kind of want to see the gameplay.
So even a basic fundamental issue that they described in the patch as working doesn't work. And it's kind of like I'd have to guess what actually changed.
It was just ranked though, where you can limit crossplay, correct?
And that's not right. And there's still bugs like this. Here is an insane clip from Benny Central. He rolls up, he drives, and look at what happens when he gets. Look at it again. Look at it. Check it out. Check it out.
What?
There we go.
Was this a common bug before?
Nice. This is the game we play, guys. Jam Cow. This is a guy who
what did
is
he...
Warzone
Season 2 has brought with it a brand new feature, Teleport. Used it in ranked to flank the house, 100% not a bug.
Nice. This is the game we play, guys. Jam Cow. This is a guy who is a no-kill win grinder who makes plays in the gas, all that type of stuff. Turns out munis still work in the gas.
Oh, yep. That was one of the things that was supposed to be fixed. Munition boxes, you were not supposed to be able to use those in the gas.
Several munis deep into the gas. So whatever algorithm they have doesn't work. I'm not sure about the buy station. I didn't see that part. Maybe they confused it with ammo cap.
Like, do they not test it at all? Like, this is what I don't understand. Do they not put these fixes in and just like, this is what I was saying yesterday on the main channel. Do they not like just attempt to fix these?
I don't know. Either way, that was literally in the patch notes. It's right there. Deployable boxes, utility boxes, such as munitions and armor boxes and others can no longer be placed in the gas. But here we are. Here's a few others. I saw Hector or Repulse tweet out, or at least he showed on his stream. Zip lines are slower after the patch. He's going to get an example. We already talked about Mountaineer. The rejoin feature, not working.
Yeah, and for yesterday, I think it's fixed now, but yesterday you couldn't join anyone's game because it said you had different game versions. Okay.
Self-revive UI bug still is a problem. Your teammates still can't see you have a self, which is kind of stupid. On the bottom left of your screen, it won't pop up. SR doesn't actually count at the end of the game. SR isn't tracking in rank. That is a huge problem. And if you are Master Prestige, you are still reminded at the end of the match.
This happened to me today. Remember, I just hit Master Prestige today, and when I went to rank 57, not 56, 57, it told me that I was Master Prestige and then reset all my classes.
That, hey, by the way, you're Master Prestige. 5 attachment gun still costs 6,000 if you use the blueprint. Whoever previously killed an enemy still gets the kill if you kill in Warzone. Server stability still bad. This is the one where if you shot somebody, this is more in Resurgence, you can kill someone. If they get shot out of the air by someone random, you still get the kill. And on the other side, if you end up killing them, somebody else killed them before, they're gonna get the kill. Horrendous elimination system. And this was right when it came out. Join failed
we talked about this.
because you are on a different version of the game. No playlist update, wonkiness. Feels like it's the same game. The bunny hop didn't change.
New doesn't always mean good. Yes.
Apparently the ADS is a little bit faster. We'll take a little bit more of a deep dive, I'm sure, in the next few days to figure out what actually changed. You can still get stuck on the loadout, messed up perks, which we already talked about, and can't play with people that says you're on the different version. So it's actually insanity where we're at. I think whoever had faith in the game and thought, I mean, holy, this isn't even the video I want to make. I want to be so gassed about this update. Right?
See, this is the problem, right? Is like, I'm going to talk about this in my video later today. If I make a video where I'm positive about Call of Duty, I get called a shill and ripped apart in the comments. If I do a video where I'm being negative about the game, I'm told that I'm too negative about it. I'm just trying to say how I feel about the game. I want Call of Duty to be good. Like, I want it to be good. It's the better the game does, the more money I make, like I hope people realize this, but like I'm not blame truth. I don't get more money when the game does worse. I make more money when the game does better. But I'm going to be honest, when things are goddamn broken, I'm going to say they're goddamn broken. So it's...
And it doesn't even talk about multiplayer,
hate.
which the challenges to unlock 100% are still bugged. A few different Dark Ops challenges still bugged, so people can't complete those. When it comes to zombies, Easter egg came out okay. Few different bugs along the way. I think they've already hotfixed some of those, which is kind of cool. And then it's super overtuned. If you try to do the Easter egg in quads, odds are you will not complete it.
So it's easier to do it in solos. Okay, so
for the most part, you're just not gonna do it, and you're definitely not gonna do it with randoms. It's so bad that I'm pretty sure Mr. Raffle Waffles, which is one of the most notable zombies YouTubers, is having to use other people's gameplay because he just didn't manage to complete it, which is a problem.
Is it? Let me ask you this. Is it? I get what he's saying, but do we want the Easter eggs to be hard? Like, it's been a day, right? Like, do we want everyone to complete the Easter egg in a day?
Especially when they're talking about,
like, I don't know what the right answer is here, just to be clear.
Trying to have people complete it. So it's not just Warzone, even though Warzone has the biggest issues. It's every facet of the game.
Yeah. He didn't say anything about multiplayer.
New perks that they were added and all those things, those are coming in a week for an event.
That's stupid. That's the worst part about this freaking update, is that everything that I want to use is either in the battle pass or in a goddamn event. That's annoying as hell.
Those weren't done, but usually the event could probably start it on Wednesday and you'd only wait a couple days. So overall, it is terrible. For zombies, I'd wait for a hot fix. Hopefully they could patch that to make it at least obtainable by the slightly above average people. But overall, it's bad. Like the thumbnail says and the title is Jover. Update says 50 days left, which is the end of March, and that's probably when Verdansk is supposed to be dropping. 50 days does not feel like long enough. We already had like 80-day season, and most of, if not almost all of the bugs that are high priority are either still in the game or whatever got fixed, it's split into two. So, not recommending anyone play unless you just really love the game and you got nothing else to play. There's a lot of great games out there. Delta Force, if you're interested in that, free to
couldn't get into it. I tried.
Play game coming to console. I think in the next month you have Marvel Rivals, another hot free-to-play game if you're into that Overwatch style gameplay with Marvel heroes. Fortnite still popping, doesn't have this same issue. If you're into a new single-player game, I think Ninja Gaiden Black 2 just came out remastered. If you want something different to play, and there's plenty of other free games and Game Passes, Xbox, whatever you need, but COD is probably not it right now. Either way,
it's wild. It's wild to hear J God say that.
We'll see you on the next one. We'll probably have a loadout video for anyone who is still playing the game.
It is wild. It is wild that we were at that point. We are at that point where like the most hardcore of Warzone stands doesn't even want to play Warzone anymore. Like, it's wild. And like the zombies thing, I think is super minor. I think the zombies community is eating pretty good. Like, I will say that. Like, I do think from what we have seen, zombies is kind of the best. But I was planning on doing the zombies Easter egg solo on stream tomorrow, so it might actually be a good time if it's under too easy on solos. Might be a good time. Might grind that one out tomorrow on stream. But it's a sad state. It's a sad state for Warzone, and there needs to be many fixes before Verdansk. Many fixes. Servers, Ricochet, everything in between, and I think February 20th this season 2 Reloaded. I think something like that. So we will see what happens. We will see, but not looking so good.